Right, I've got a Nissan Qashqai in 1.5 DCI. Fault codes relating to the glow plugs. Now, ideally we need to test glow plugs before we replace them, so we know what we're dealing with. We can test them, do a resistance test with a multimeter. So if you set your meter to ohms, good earth point. Now this is the plug where the glow plugs will plug into. Obviously they're inside the head, they come back to this plug. So rather than having to pull this off for the minute, quick diagnosis we can do from here. Now I'll put some pins in here just so I can get a connection on them. You want to look for the bigger cables, see the white and the blue, bigger cables, and that side the green and yellow, bigger cables. Obviously put your pins in. And what we're looking for is the resistance wants to be as close to zero as possible. So we've got our earth on the battery, or any good earth. We put our probe on that. You can see we're 66 ohms, which is far too high. So we know that plug's no good. This one, 21 ohms, no good. This one, 18, 19, again, not really any good. And the last one, now that's a good plug, because we have one good plug out of the 4. So, however, obviously, if you're going to change 3, you might as well change all 4. So, they're in the cylinder head. So what we need to do is take this tube out of the way. There's a funny clip down the back here, which is a bit of a pain to get to, but take this off. You can get away with it by just loosening this off. Take this cap off, a few clips, a couple of bolts, take the cap off, and then we can get access to them. So obviously we'll get this off, we'll come back and have a look where we are. Right, so taking off our boost hose, which is obviously Jubilee one end, and it's a clip at the other end. This one's been broken, but it just pulls out the side, and then you can unpop and pull the whole thing off. Once you've got that off, you can then unclip 2 clips from the bottom, and you've got a bolt here and a nut here. So there and there, to hold that cover on, wiggle, pull it off. Pulled our leads off of the glow plugs, just down there, down there, down there, and then down in there. Identified, done the same test again to determine which one is which. This M1 is a good one, these 3 need replacing. So they're 10mm, it's a good idea to spray them up with some penetrating fluid. Don't want to snap them off. So now we're going to get these out. 10mm deep socket, pull them out, and then we can tell you the difference between a good one and the bad ones when we pull them out. Right, so pull plugs out now. We got 2. One, this side is the old one, this is a new one. Now, if we put the earth pin in between them both, and we test the old, looking at the multimeter, 61 ohms, miles out of range. New one, as you can see, wants to be as close to zero. Let's get rid of that one. There. So that's a quick test. You got them out as well. Now I'm going to get them back in the holes. Obviously that one's good. So the 3, we'll replace these 3 and get them plugged back in. Right, so put our top car back on, boost those back on, done up. See, back to our pins. Now we should get 4 readings, much the same, 0.9, 0.9, 0.9, 0.7. So that's how you do and test your glow plugs on the Nissan Qashqai 1.5. I'm just going to plug that back in, clear the codes, and it should be good to go.